the normal, just being cool with yourself. I accept myself, I love myself. Those kind of internal spiritual things. Maybe I get quicker, not get quicker, but I get more than the regular person, let's say.
Yeah, the convo was pretty much...
Over there we had the convo, yeah.
The convo was pretty much that you adapt quicker than most people.
Yeah. But really, I was talking about the problems, right? Like, my problems are different to other cunts.
They are.
Because
they are.
Yeah.
But we're also saying that basically the problems are different. Of course.
Sorry.
The problems are different. Okay, because now let's put it in another way. So basically, we're talking about when we're growing up, that we already we felt that we were different to other people.
Yep.
Okay. And I said to you that you're different and my different, we're different. You know what I mean? Anyway,
yeah,
so
right.
we both felt the same thing, okay, but it came from a different angle.
Yeah.
So you're saying that basically one of the things that a lot of people didn't believe things that you're saying.
I'm saying what created me to be like this, right?
Yes.
So the role that, let's say we're on this podcast, all right?
Right.
Now, I feel that a lot of people's problems that they have as far as like darkness, they don't see themselves, they don't know how good they are in something, all the stuff we try to help cunts with, right?
Yes.
I feel that I find that not easy, but I feel like that's not where my problems are. My problems might be with like relationships.
Yeah.
Let's say with a woman.
Yeah, and I said to you that...
But not being me. How to be myself or how to be authentic.
Bravo, that's it. Okay, so that's it. Yes, so we're about... So basically, the whole game is who can tap into themselves better and quicker.
Correct.
Okay? And I said to you that most people with the general problems that they have, you don't experience those general problems.
No, as it pertains or as it refers to themselves. Problems
exactly.
With like how they see themselves, yeah.
Yeah, like for example, fitting in. You don't give a fuck about fitting in.
No.
You know what I mean?
I'm cool with myself.
That's it. Or, like...
acceptance from other people.
Exactly.
People pleasing.
All this sort of stuff.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, this core sort of disadvantages people have set up for themselves.
Yeah, certain insecurities.
Exactly.
That's it. I might have other insecurities,
but
it's not to this kind of... There's a personal power.
That's right. For the general insecurities and general issues that we just outlined now, you don't experience them. No. You experience other ones. That's it. And I said that I'm more like... I'm not like the crowd, but I'm not like you either. I experience something different. But I can relate closer towards them than you can.
Yes, you relate. Yes, correct. And I think I was trying to say I got my life. It wasn't like it came easy, but it's sort of like the life that I've lived. Now it's growing up. Yeah, you learn off your parents. Your dad's a certain way, my dad's a certain way, my mum's a certain way. So you pick up those characteristics, and those characteristics allow you to combat life as it comes at you and make certain decisions when they come.
That's right.
Like if all your parents are just pushovers, then maybe you might get influenced to do things, and like maybe you might have friends that they're all into drugs, and like you might be like, oh yeah, I'll do that too because I want to fit in. You just roll over instead of like, nah, fuck that. You don't have the resistance bone. I heard once there's a gene. I don't know if it's real. I haven't sussed it out. There's a fuck you gene there.
I heard that too.
Now, is that real? Got to suss out the grok situation, but apparently there's a fuck you gene. But I feel like if there is a gene, I got that gene.
Yeah.
And not because of like consciously being aware that I'm making that decision. It's that certain decisions bother me, so I take that road.
Yeah.
I feel like anything that kind of takes away, like for instance, I've been in situations where I might have been embarrassed, like let's say in primary school, or certain situations where people might think, oh, you're a dumb cunt because, you did this, or I remember me and my mate at school, grade 3, didn't get onto a school bus for we had to get back from a school excursion. We missed the bus.
Okay.
So we had to get on like another bus or some fucking shit, all right? The school bus.
School bus.
Anyway, the teacher, she was old school, private school shit, put us in front of the class and she ridiculed us, eh?
Fuck.
Like, she was like, oh, so you guys fucking... Anyway, this cunt... It was me and this other cunt, eh? And cunts were like, ha, 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 ha. Like, she really, like, trying to make an example. It was fucking lifted, eh?
It's firing squad.
It's firing squad, eh? And I was like, this is interesting. And I remember this guy who I was with, he was going white to this cunt, eh?
Yeah,
anyway,
he was hating it.
He started crying.
He was hating it.
He started crying. And I remember
He was embarrassed.
He was embarrassed. Now, although I felt like that kind of trying to make an example of me, there was a feeling of like, it wasn't embarrassment, but it was like, it was cramped. It was definitely cramped.
Yeah, someone's trying to step on you and you don't like it.
Yes. All right. And like, you know, she was an old lady, but she was like, she was giving it to us, making us feel small. And the thing that gave me the strength was like, I felt like I didn't like, not only I didn't like that feeling, but I felt like you're using that as a weapon against me. I took it like, you're trying to do something here now.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know what you're trying to do. I don't know. And I feel like I don't want to buckle. Is it always what I hate in my head?
You're aware of the psychology behind the situation.
I felt like that I can't give into that. Something's happening in my body.
Yeah.
I can't give into that. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like this fight kind of in me. You know what I mean? And there's like the nations and shit today. The nations today.
Yeah.
Physical abuses and shit today.
Yeah. Well, look, your makeup is different. Of like, you know, you're more in tuned to these things. For me, it would have been back in the day. It would have been like, let's say, if the same thing happened to me, I wouldn't have been aware of the psychological battle that's currently going on. I would have been like, fuck, I'll be just hating it. I'd be embarrassed, and I've been hating it that I'm, being put in front of the class on show. I would have been hating it.
Correct.
I would have been like your mate.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe, yes.
Yeah.
But I wasn't doing it consciously. There's something inside me. Just I don't know. I didn't want to do that today. I didn't want to buckle. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, because
where did I get that? This is grade 3.
In a fight. Well, I'm born with it. That's it.
And anyway, there's a lot of reasons to go over, but we don't want to. You know, I've always wanted to be strong.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be strong, there. And there's certain ridiculing kind of situations that happen throughout my life that keeps coming up. That's like, and I don't know if it makes your heart cold, for lack of a better word. Like it closes you got to close up. You got to get defensive.
It seems like that, but it also seems that, you know, in reality, what it is, when you're saying, it's just you're getting strengthened. It's like a samurai sword, getting folded. You know.
Yeah.
Certain situations are appearing because if that's what your burning desire was from a young kid, to be stronger, well, that's what God's going to send you.
Burning desire. Subconscious desire. But I feel like a defensive, because as you know, you might be strong as in like you're not affected maybe emotionally from certain things, but if you do that, you also close yourself to good things. You can't, you has to.
Correct.
You're not like, you don't have the emotional intelligence.
You wouldn't have mastery stage. That you know when to fend it off, when to logically think about it, what's going on, read the play. You didn't have that. It's just a default setting.
Yeah,
you're just reacting.
So that's what I was trying to tell you. It's not me like, I got a skill at something. It's like these things were thrown at me, and for some reason I was compelled to go this way with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which is the unlikely road of most people.
Yes.
100%. If that situation, a lot of people would have been like you, mate.
Yeah.
The big majority.
Correct. But that's why I think sometimes, you know, I want to be, you know, we're talking about purposes and what the fuck we're doing, you know, with the podcast and that. Like, that's what I was talking about being that supportive, like being like a superhero if I can.
Yeah.
You know,
Being
like,
that big brother.
Like I can take it, kind of. That's something about that.
Yeah. Yeah, being the fallback guy.
Yeah, what do you think about as far as your way? Like, because, you know, we're speaking about being the big brother kind of cunt. What part of the big brother attributes or what appeals to you?
Characteristics, whatever.
Yeah, what kind of big brother do you feel like you need to be?
Yeah, so basically for me, it was just like, when I was growing up, I mean, I've got a brother, an older brother. Like, he was there for me with a lot of things. But certain things he wasn't there for me, like, you know, like learning about girls, relationships, you know, more of the unspoken stuff. You know what I mean? And I didn't have anyone to consult with. So
Emotional stuff,
exactly. Because my family is not very emotional. I didn't come from an emotional, an emotional upbringing.
Not that you cunts are cold cunts.
No, we're not cold. Very loving in a sense. Like if I needed something, my parents are there for me. My brother's there for me. My sister's there for me. The whole thing, right? That's not a problem. It could be money. It could be anything, really. But it's not like just from nothing. Hey, man, like, hey, how you feeling? Nothing like that. Like, concerned about just, hey, I'm just going to see how you are. And there was nothing like that. There'd have to be a problem. And if the problem arises, it gets sorted.
Yeah, it's like being family is more of a job or
That's right, exactly.
a duty.
It's a duty. That's right.
Rather than
And we're up for the challenge, the whole thing, but rather than just being. Like my missus, she goes, my upbringing was completely different. Loving parents, the whole thing, but we would sit around and just talk to each other. Hey, how's your day going? This and that. For us, it wasn't like that. For us, it was just business.
Connection.
It was straight business.
But it's connection that was missing.
That's it.
That's what it would
That's
be.
right.
Yeah.
Transactions, no problem.
Like I'm speaking to the human now.
That's it. We never spoke at a human level.
Interesting.
You know, so, and that's what she had. And I can see the upbringing is like, she's completely different. She's really close with her siblings. Like, they talk about just most random stuff together. Whatever they talk about, like, you know, very open. Not only that, they can sit back and just have fun. Believe it or not, you can just, for me, it just sounds very foreign. But sit back and just have a drink and just have fun together. Put some music on and dance together. That would never happen in my household. Never, ever, ever. Ever. Now, it seems a bit cold-hearted and all that, but it's just, for us it was just very transactional.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, there was no emotion.
Interesting.
So, I always had a tough time when it came to asking questions about emotional stuff or guidance, something like that. So I didn't have that. So when you ask me the question, what would it be? That would be it. Being that person that you can relay that information to, or you can ask a question about something that's emotional, something that's bothering you, whatever. You know, a person you can just go to and just be open with. That's it.
Yeah, almost like the thing we felt was missing. We're trying to tap into.
We're filling the gap.
So for you might have been lacking that connection, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. I'm all right with my parents and fucking my family.
Siblings
we've got
and
a thing going on. You know what's going on. But no support. No, like, I got your back feeling. Not saying it's not there, but that's how I interpret it.
Yeah.
So that's why that solidness, like, I can take it. I can hold you. You know what I mean?
It fits the story.
That's why I got to be like that.
Yeah. 100%.
What do you think of the theory of, like, because sometimes I talk to, you know, one of our friends, and they seem to think that, because I think that motivates me. The thing that I lacked motivates me.
Mm-hmm.
The things that
me too, 100%.
That's how it is.
I like doing that.
Now,
I like being that person for that other person.
But I don't think, like, there's two different schools of thought. I don't think you need to question why. Like, I don't need to fix Like, do I need to fix that? My interpretation of my childhood, as in, no, you really did have support,
Oh, okay.
but you couldn't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, why do I need to do that? But I'm not right now in my old age. I'm not holding grudges against fucking no cunt today.
That's it.
I know that was my perception. I put that on it.
I think that's more than enough.
Some people really don't have support today. All right, and they're like, "Yep, this is true." But even if it's true, what the fuck? Truth is a funny thing. Our truth and truth is two different things.
100%.
So the truth that we believe or the story we want to go with, I can say, yeah, I didn't have any support today because let's say my mum and dad was too busy helping my older brother and my older sister. They were too fucking...
Yeah.
And I just had to take a back seat. Like I was like a second thought. All right? And that's why I'm like behaving the way I fucking behave. That is a thing. But what does that ultimately mean? What am I going to do with that?
Nothing. Look, just for example, yeah.
That can buckle me, but it can empower.
It can. So if, lucky for us that, that's empowered you, not buckled you.
Yes.
So I believe that if you're empowered, there's no point of going back in the past and trying to, unearth all these things and why. And I just think it's a waste of time. Now, if you're buckled and you're not moving forward, definitely got to do it.
Yeah.
What's holding you back?
Have a look at it.
But if you're moving forward and you're going, you're like a racehorse and just going, can it possibly help out? Maybe it's some small percentage, but if you're doing your thing and you're geared to growth and kicking all these goals, really, I think it'd be a waste of time.
Yeah, I think if you've got a negative a weight on your back,
that's
right. Something like I was shortchanged. Those kind of things that you're putting out there. I think you got to get rid of that.
No, you do definitely get rid of it.
But I'm not going to question my fucking resiliency because of the way I grew up. I'm not going to question that.
No,
I like what it's given me.
Yeah, but you also know the lesson. The lesson is that, let's say, for example, I wasn't loved, all right, because my parents were working flat out, all right. Let's say that was a thing, right? But if I'm moving forward in my life and I'm like, mate, I know they were there for me for the basic things. I had a roof over my head. I went to school. They were there for me. That's enough for me. I don't need to know like, oh mate, no, they were on Tuesday, February fucking 7th at 3 o'clock. They weren't there and they didn't give you the hug. I don't need to know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm down all the time and I'm always in a negative state. Yeah, it's something to look at, something to unearth, but I'm not that. Yeah. So it's not a one size fits all, no.
Yeah, I guess you only fix the problems that are problems.
Exactly.
If something's fucking your shit up.
Spot on.
But you know what's fucked up? Sometimes you think you've got it in the bag and you might think you got it in the bag, but because maybe you're not at a certain level of success or something, there could be maybe this one that you got your money on, this horse, like maybe you got this one wrong.
Yeah.
Like you should approach, maybe you got to do something different.
The limiting belief is not correct. Yeah, for sure. One is we'll find out.
Example there. For me, like let's say being off work, not going to work, all right? I could be like stubborn and be like, no, I'm going to play it. I'm going to let the universe, stubborn. That's what I did. I can let the universe kind of sort it out.
Yep.
All right. It's worked for me in the past. I'm flying by the fucking thing of my pants or whatever it's called. Or I can be, a lot more proactive and kind of like look for work and like, I really got to do something. Now, you could say like, oh, you're a dumb cunt because you just you think things just happen like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. But in my past evidence, that's how things have kind of flowed for me there. I didn't need to move outside my belief system or whatever, I don't know what you want to call it today.
Comfort zone.
And I don't want to, and I don't want to move like for fear base. So kind of my point is like, maybe something, how do you know you're doing the right thing? How do you know what you've done ultimately works? How do we know the way you think is the right way to think? I guess if it's working for you.
That's the only way. First of all, if you feel comfortable in your own skin, that's one indicator. If you got any kind of resistance or any kind of like doubt, you should be checked. But if you're like, mate, this is work for me, this is what I'm doing, I'm just going with faith, then you just let it go with faith.
Yeah. There's a mixture of action and faith that needs to go together.
Yeah, I'm not saying to sit down on the couch and do nothing.
Faith alone is an interesting one.
You know, because it can get skewed as well, 100%. But if you're doing the necessary action, for example, you're going to find a job. Let's go to that one, the example.
Like my scenario.
Yeah, so your scenario was that basically...
What does that tell? Sorry, let me bust it,
Yeah.
all right? Because we might as well give my example.
Sweet.
For these motherfuckers. All right? Not a lot of luck with work.
Yeah.
From the outside, what does that tell you? How would you read that? What does that tell you?
From the outside, you're not doing enough.
Okay, that's how you read it.
Yeah.
Sweet. Does it mean that spiritually, vibrationally, mentally, emotionally, there's something I'm not ticking?
There could be.
No, but that's it. Different could be, different like...
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think about that part?
I'll tell you, that's what I'm saying. It could be. So, off the bat, if I didn't know you...
Could be, but it might not be as well, huh?
I'll tell you.
Okay, go.
So, let's say I don't know you, and you gave me this scenario, you know, it's a process of elimination. Well, first of all, I'd go to the most common thing, you know, the physical.
Yep.
That'll be the first thing I'll ask. So, you know, are you applying for jobs? Like, what are you doing every day to get a job physically? I want to know. Are you sitting on the couch? Because if you're sitting on the couch and you're not applying for jobs, I don't have to go into the spiritual. Because the spiritual, there's a lot of digging there.
Yep.
And why would I do some unnecessary digging?
Sweet. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I'd go like, all right, are you looking for work? Yes, I am. Sweet. Are you sort of like looking in the same field, or you're just very random? You know? No, same field. Sweet. How many times have you applied? This many times. You know? Have you got any interviews? No. Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I'd ask all these qualifying questions to see that where the physical is. I need to get the physical out of the way. Okay? Once I'm satisfied...
There's a lot of grey area with the physical.
There is, but I'm not sitting there for 2 hours trying to you know, interrogate somebody.
Yeah.
But there's a few questions.
Yeah, it's right.
It'll take 5 to 10 minutes. Okay?
Sweet.
And then once I'm done with the physical, I'll know that, because of my experience, I'll know that there's some internal issues. Internal beliefs. Like if you're doing all the right moves physically, okay, but you're gonna, every time you're applying, like I'm gonna get this job, I'm gonna apply for it anyway. Like I'm gonna do this. Like, the interview, as soon as they see me, forget about it, I'm not gonna get this job. Then there's a spiritual issue.
Okay, let's say confidence-wise, I'm cool with getting a job, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So there could be a block. There could be a block.
Of course
there could be a limited...
Of course. I'm just saying I wouldn't go to the spiritual part first.
That's all right. Let's talk in spiritual terms.
Yeah.
Because my thing is like, sweet, I do want a job. I did need a job. It's just... but, you know, what I'm telling myself is like, every challenge, depends who you speak to, but could be just going through challenge.
Yeah.
And like testing your faith.
Yes.
Maybe sometimes things come easier. Maybe it's not what you're not doing right. I don't know.
No, it is.
Depending on who you talk to.
In certain situations, it is.
Some people think if you believe something, you know, you should be able to...
You could be doing all the right moves, but it's just not your time.
Yeah, it could be like there's no limits to what you can create, let's say, universally speaking.
Yeah.
Track. The track. Yeah, bravo. That's right. Bang. Like there's no limits apparently.
Okay, there's not.
Because if you're, you know what I mean? Apparently.
There's not.
Apparently.
No.
Yeah.
There is. I've said it with myself. Like the only limit is the limit I put on my mind.
Yeah.
Now I'm not talking about becoming, you know, at the age of 50, becoming an Olympian and doing 100 meters in 3 seconds. I'm not talking about that.
I think there is limits.
You know what I mean? I'm talking about basically if you want something and you basically get the mindset, you can achieve it.
Achieve it, yes. Attracting it in a place, I think there's a limit because we live in a physical world.
Yeah, attract is different.
All right. Okay, but some people think it's like...
You can
If you
create
really
it.
believe it could come tomorrow.
No.
Like there's a version of you in another fucking universe.
No, there's not the multiverse here. You know what I mean? What it is, in my opinion, is that you want something, you put it out there, and you just focus on getting it. Now, in which shape, form it comes through, I'm not sure. But again, you got to have the demographics as well. Like if you're in Africa and you're in a Lamborghini, the chances of you getting a Lamborghini is a lot slimmer. Or having a job at NASA and you live in Africa, it's very slim. So that demographics does play a big role as well. Are you in the place that these things can happen?
There has to be a physical road of possibility.
That's right, exactly, yeah. It can't be wishful thinking, no.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you got to be practical, yeah?
Like, can I be like, I need a job tomorrow, high paying, this and that, bang.
Immediately. No, it's not going to happen, no.
Like, I can, and someone could call me out of nowhere?
It's very unlikely, and it's almost impossible just for the spur of the moment to happen the next day. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, because as you know, that's how these things happen. Like one day, like nothing's going on, and then someday something.
It does, but
it kind of comes. Now,
it does come, but it didn't just start from an initial thought 10 seconds before.
No,
it's something you've been doing, and it's been, the force has been lined up in the background, and it just seems like it happened very quickly.
It takes like it's a brewing process.
It is a brewing
Some
process.
sort of a brewing.
It is. But you might logically think it just happened like that. But from the inception of the thought, it could have been months. You can't tell me for certain when you first had that thought.
Correct. Like, when do we blame is probably a bad word, but when do we say outside forces contributed to this thing and not so much me? Never really.
Never.
But as in, like, for instance, you might have a job, but you don't earn enough.
Correct.
Sweet. Now, obviously, you got to say that, I've got to do something to earn enough.
You have to.
But difficulty can be part of, it's a process of life sometimes there. Like, you might be in a situation where it's too hard for you to handle.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to recreate, or you got to start doing some different shit to catch up with this thing that's happening to you, this thing you're going through.
Yeah.
Now, do you blame yourself? Like, this is I attracted this.
There's a couple of things that
situation.
happen.
Yeah.
In this situation you're talking about, from my experience, is that one, you got to be upskilled. So if you're in a job, low paying, you got to be upskilled. That's one way of doing it. And by upskilling, you got more value in the market. That means you get more. Another way is that you're in this job for a good reason. And you might want more money. The money might be low, but you're getting something else that you haven't valued yet. So let's say you've got more time. The job is low paying, but it's not really like mentally challenging. It's very cruisy. Let's put it that way,
Yep.
Because you got this cruisy job, and I felt this years ago. Like, I went and got a job in a warehouse, okay, which was a brain dead job. Money was okay. It wasn't crazy, but it wasn't terrible. Just average job, right? But I got it on purpose because even though it wasn't high paying, because usually high paying jobs are more demanding, just the way it goes, right? Usually.
Yeah.
So I didn't want something that's that demanding. I just needed a bit of income to focus on things I'm doing, my side business. And at that time, I was, going to work, coming home, during work, because I was so brain dead, I'd had the opportunity to use my mind to think about my passion.
Correct.
And when I'd come home, I could immediately go and work on my passion. I'm not fucking drained from work. So yeah, it wasn't giving me as much as money I wanted to, but my focus was not on the money. My focus was on the time. Mm-hmm. It gives me the ability to use my time the way I want to and not be drained. So that's another thing. So it's either you upskill or identify why you're in that job and what's the benefit of being in that job? What else is it giving you?
Yeah, of course. As it relates to like everything in your life, you attract.
Yeah.
So every bad situation, essentially, you kind of attract.
You're the creator of your reality.
That's right. Now, if you got high interest rates, I don't think you attracted that.
No. You got high interest rates, like your mortgage.
Correct. Like
No.
if war happens in your country, you didn't.
Yeah, no.
There is a level to like.
Yeah, an outside influence.
I fucked up. I attracted this bad thing happening in
Yeah,
my life.
you didn't attract war.
Do you know what I mean?
No, guaranteed. Things do happen out of your reality. Out of your control, sorry.
Yeah, I think sometimes...
In your reality.
Correct. I think sometimes things like... We've got to separate what happens out of our control. All right?
Correct.
Because a lot of people think that, things can happen to them. And they put it under the guise of like, oh, this goes under that macro kind of... I don't know how you would call it, but that kind of control. Like it's out of your hands.
That's
You
right.
did not put this into existence.
Worldly events. COVID was not in our hands. I'm not going to blame myself for COVID.
No, so shit does happen.
It does happen.
This
of course.
is a real thing.
Yeah.
It's not we can fucking control it.
No.
Because we've got to understand where to take responsibility and where to not take responsibility. Not take responsibility. Not to put everything on us like... Because I always look at things like from like... What am I thinking for this to have happened to me?
Yeah, we're talking about total responsibility, accountability.
Correct. And you have to, because that's if you believe that you attract and life is custom made for you.
Yeah.
Which I do. Now, interest rates, I didn't do that. I could say that with the...
Of course.
Did I do that? No. The country want to make money.
The interest rate is there. No one told you to go buy a house.
No.
But
But like moving the interest rates up, I didn't affect that.
No, of course not.
I don't affect the stock market, unfortunately.
No.
So there is certain things.
Global events, yeah, for sure. 100%.
That's right. Now, what does that mean?
It means that
shit happens, yeah.
That does happen. But it also means that you come to a level of understanding that, hey, I can differentiate that. I know what I can create and I know what's outside of me as well. And you can tell the difference. That is a level that you want to be at.
Yeah, and also like we can't control everything. Right?
That's right.
Like
but even the things that you can create, you don't control anyway. So, what I'm trying to say to you,
it's a tough one.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that basically, if you put something out there that I want this, you're always in partnership with God. You're always in partnership with the universe. Okay, you don't do things on your own. Okay. What you do is you get clear on what you want. Okay? And then you walk the walk. You got to physically walk it.
Yep.
Then, if your mind and your feeling is aligned, generally on a daily basis, and you keep on moving forward, those universal forces will align everything else to you and you'll get it. That's the way it works.
Correct.
So, did you get it on your own? No. Did you play a part? Yes, you did. So it's a partnership.
Yeah. There has to be an alignment.
Has to be an alignment.
And sometimes like we've got a certain friend that likes to be certain with certain things and likes to have mapped out any pitfalls or any dangers that could be associated or, pros and cons. But sometimes I feel like if you outline too many cons, you're putting it out there.
Well, the devil's in the details, first of all.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's you're putting it out there.
Yeah. You don't. Again, it's the same principle. By you wanting something, God's saying to you, you don't need to know everything. You just place the order. Like for example, you go to McDonald's, right, or KFC, and you place an order. You're not really worried about how they're gonna make the bun. They don't know where they're getting the bun from. You don't give a fuck. You're placing the order, you pay, you get. The process, and as an analogy, the process is the same.
Yeah.
You order, put it out there. Your payment is your action. What's happening from the order to the payment, that in between, it's got nothing to do with you. And I've done it for years. Like, I'm always worried about what's going on back there. How are they making the burger? Are you sure they're getting the fucking best quality meat? Are they doing this? Again, it's an analogy, you know?
I feel like that just brings more fuck-ups and more
it does.
shit to go wrong.
We're more worried about how it's going to happen, and we're trying to work out how it's going to happen, and that's why we get clogged up. We get clogged up because, like...
Without letting it happen.
That's right. But we're saying we get clogged up because we want to know. Our ego wants to know everything. It doesn't need to know. You just place the order and you want the result. That's all you need to know.
The reason why it wants to know is because it feels insecure.
That's right. It's
right.
not under control.
And insecurity says, I doubt that this is going to happen. That's what you're saying, boy.
Yeah, because I can't see it. I can't see how they're making the burger.
Correct.
So, is the burger ever going to come?
Correct. That's right.
I don't know. But if I see it and I see the whole process, yep, he's getting the bun, yep, he's putting the lettuce, he's putting the mayo, yep, now it's getting wrapped.
I can be assured that it's coming.
That's it.
I can feel secure.
That's
now.
it. And that's the fucking problem.
That is the problem.
There is no faith.
No.
We don't know. First of all, we're not aware that there is a system. There is universal laws. You know? And second, yeah, we don't have the faith that, even though we are aware of them, if we were aware of them, that they actually work.
Correct. What the fuck was I going to say?
But that's what I'm saying. Well, yeah. So what I was saying is that your job is just to order and to pay.
That's right.
You're not getting involved with anything else.
Correct. I got it. These things come out. They're evident in places of safety. All right, because the people, security, safety, health. That's where people have the biggest insecurities. So, for instance, let's do a little experiment, all right? Do you have health insurance?
No.
Okay, I don't either. My sister goes to me the other day, do you want to do like a, me, you, and, fucking mum or something, if I can do like a family health insurance, some bullshit?
Private health, yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, because insurance is insurance. You're ensuring that if something happens,
you're covered.
You can get it fixed. You can get it sorted. You know what I mean? So you feel nice and warm and fuzzy. And I was thinking to myself, interesting. Should I get it? And then you can go down a rabbit hole like, if I don't have it, what if something happens? All right. And I'm like, I'm just going mulling over it like, if I have it, is it a good thing? Yeah, it's a good thing. Just have it. But then I'm like, if I have it, am I saying that something's going to happen? Am I setting the foundation for something to happen?
Possibly.
Now, you couldn't explain that to someone logically. Like,
no. You
couldn't tell someone, don't get insurance, because if you get it, you might be putting it out there that something's going to happen. And because you got it, something will happen.
Yeah. I always thought that with, when it comes to wills.
Wheels?
Yeah, leave your will.
You're a funny cunt.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so if you leave your will, you're dead the next day.
No, I'm not saying, I didn't say that. No, I just had that thought that, you know.
Go.
I've always had that thought like, once I'm going to buy my tombstone. I'm going to, I'm going to do my will.
You're really getting ready.
Yeah, you're getting ready. Now, again, it's very hard to prove. You can argue the point to your face goes blue. Yeah, one's getting prepared and make sure everything's sorted. Because obviously there's situations that nothing was sorted and the person passed away and it's been an issue. And then other times it's just like, oh yeah, I'm just thinking like, you...
Depends how you feel about it.
Yeah, you're attracting, by doing that, but you're attracting it. But yeah, it all exactly.
By doing it's not enough. You got to have a connection. So, in other words, if I had insurance, sweet, I can have insurance, but because of the way I think, I'm not going to attract anything anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a weird one.
Yeah.
But I hate these fucking insurance companies.
What's the hell with that?
They're pretty, they're rotting cunts today.
They're definitely rotting cunts.
Now, but I also feel like nothing's going to happen to me. Like inside,
that's how I feel.
I don't see it like it's
that's
a
how
thing.
I feel. I feel like I'm indestructible.
Now, try to tell one of our friends
that,
mate, ain't nothing going to happen. Like, I don't feel like anything's going to happen. Because, you don't feel, but It doesn't mean it's not going to happen.
Yeah, look, it may not.
How do you explain that to someone?
Well, the only way I can explain it is that, we do attract things.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed. Shit does happen.
Shit does happen.
But if you're putting it out into the universe that I'm, not only to the universe, you're actually telling yourself every single day,
The universe.
Exactly, that I'm strong, I'm doing my thing, I'm leading towards this way of just kicking goals in my life. It's very unlikely these things are going to happen. Now, they can happen, as again, things happen. Yeah. So like COVID, whatever, wars, these things do happen. They're out of control. But, 90% of the time, they're not going to happen.
It's a weird one.
That's it.
It's a weird one.
Like, you're very close to being certain that, for example, an easier one, all right? At my job, I will never get sick.
Because you work from home.
No, doesn't matter what. No, you can be sick. It doesn't matter if you're working from home. It doesn't matter if you work in construction. It doesn't matter where you are. Every job I've had, I very rarely get sick. Very fucking rare. Like, pretty much never.
Yeah, me too.
Almost never. That's the same thing, though. Like, I'm not going into it like, get a new job. Like, hey, let me see, how many sick days do we have? 12. Yeah, beautiful. How much time off do we have? Yeah, it's like, I'm not doing that.
Bravo.
I am asking about pay. Sweet. And the hours I'm working. That's it.
That's it.
I've never asked how many sick days we've got.
Correct.
And most of my life I've worked casual anyway. Yeah, and that's the thing as well. Like, a lot of people don't get casual jobs. They want security of like, full time, annual leave, sick leave.
My mind needs to be at ease.
That's it. It's the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Now, do you get sick? Yes. But it's very, very rare that I get sick.
Yeah, but most people who take sickies don't always get sick.
No.
They're just taking sickies because, you know what's fucked up? You don't get that money if you don't take them.
No.
That's weird.
It is weird. No, people who do, I think that's only the last few years people were, you know what? I'm going to take them even though I'm not sick. Because people are, very honest. So then, but for me it's just like, I'll take a sick if I need one. But I'm not sick. And being sick is a mindset thing.
Fucking oath. Mate, I ain't got time to bleed, man. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So, and especially about, talking about working from home, like, you're less likely to be sick.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Yeah, unless your kid goes to school and, they get this cold from other cunts and do
whatever, but still, it's an online job. It's like,
no, you get
to
sick
some extent, you can do it.
You can. You get sick from the kids.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
But I've never worked online and I don't get sick.
No, I'm just saying, but with your job, to call in sick because I can't do the job, most of the time you can do the job. You're not physically doing anything. Just
you're not fucking fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just not at your best.
That's it.
Now, do you want to be talking to customers when you're a little fucking nasal? You can.
It depends how serious the job is.
Correct.
But what I'm trying to say to you, yes, you can get sick. And, if I have been sick, I've been sick from other people. Like, I get it from, my children or
that's it.
Whatever. But my main focus, and obviously yours as well, is that how are we going to get stronger? And when you get stronger, it's a bit hard to get sick.
Correct. Some cunts are always sick.
Yeah, because they're not strong.
Some cunts underestimate what the fucking mind does.
Yeah.
Some cunts are just fucking living life on autopilot. And, they really believe that we're really in a physical world and 1 + 1 = 2.
Correct.
And it's not like that. I mean, yes, we are in a physical world.
We are.
But as far as like, can you make it the way you want? I think so.
100%.
Yep. Yeah. This is how I want it to go down.
Quantum physics, mate.
Yeah. I don't know anything about that, but yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, they thought that the world's always a solid. And now they're discovering that, things don't really work as this is a table. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Light particles of shit.
That's right. There's there's things that happen that we can't see. Things are going on. Like you can't see the Earth spinning around the sun.
No.
You know what I mean? But it's happening. You can't see electricity.
Correct.
But we know it's there.
Correct.
Same thing. Like there is things beyond us. And the mind doesn't work in physical.
No.
It's a different realm altogether.
It is. It affects things.
Yeah. You loving your missus is not a physical thing.
No.
Or loving your child, you know what I mean? Whatever. So,
is there a vibration that comes
It's a vibration.
Yes.
They're all vibrations. That's right.
You get a feeling, obviously, in response to that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a vibration. Like, when someone else is, talking shit or someone's like, not up to their best. They're not feeling well. They don't have to like, I feel fucked. They just the vibe they're getting out. They know that something's off.
I'll tell you something.
Yes.
You know that like mind reading, not mind reading, but like ESP, like knowing something mentally that, like working something out, like for instance, if
NLP.
Not NLP, ESP.
Okay.
Extra special perception or whatever.
Okay,
It's like telepathy.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Telepathy, okay, yep.
Correct, telepathy. Like, I know what you're thinking, kind of that style.
Okay.
It's been proven. Do you know about this?
No.
It's been proven, without a shadow of a doubt.
Hit it.
And everyone's like, apparently got this ability.
Everyone's got a disability?
Everyone's got this ability.
Oh.
Everyone's got this ability, yeah.
Okay, everyone's got the ability, okay.
So they did tests upon tests, fucking this and that, I heard the other day, right? Like, for instance, the military use certain cars to find out where, like, all right, this plane went down in fucking Kenya and it's a Russian fucking Soviet thing, and we need to find this plane.
So Professor X-ray.
Professor X-ray. They asked this car, blah, 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 blah. They had this program, this
cerebral program.
Something like that. And they asked this car, this can give the coordinates today. They find the fucking thing. That happened forget about it today. It's been done over and over and over.
So this person here is just, they asked him a question and he already knew the answer.
No, he's like, let me think.
Okay.
Right? And he's got to get into a sort of thing and he thinks.
Okay.
And he knows the coordinates.
Okay. Full on.
So they did multiple tests today. They had this like quantum fucking thing in the chip, in the fucking thing, the blah, blah, blah. They asked this guy to draw what they think, no one's ever seen this, what he thinks the circuitry inside looks like. He draws a picture exactly, that's what the circuitry is.
Fuck.
Like he can't possibly know. Then the CIA says, what do you reckon? Should we be scared of this? And he's explaining how he's like, it was on Joe Rogan. He was explaining how he's like, look.
This actual guy was on Joe Rogan.
The actual guy who did these studies.
Oh, studies, not the actual guy. That was okay. This way.
No, he goes, we've got different cunts who are like,
So the professor.
There's one cunt who's done like 200 different, he's been hired by the military 200 different times to find fucking FBI, fucking, they need to know where his body, fucking the nations, right?
It's Jimmy Hoffa.
That's what I'm saying. And anyway, he reckons everyone's got it. Some CIA cunt thought it was bullshit. And they did an exercise where he said, all right, you draw this thing that he's never seen. What do you think it looks like? And he drew like fucking a full playground, like exactly what this thing looks like. And then he was like, oh, fuck, I know how to do this too. And we all know how to do this.
Okay.
Yep. So it's a real thing. You can like know things. I've never been there, but I know where this thing is. Got no information.
Did it lay it out for us, template?
No, I didn't listen to the rest of it.
Okay. I'll listen to it.
But it's a fact. It's a fucking fact.
Good.
Another chick was on the show about, so it's not like magic and all that bullshit. Another chick was on the show talking about how there's kids who have non-verbal communication.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't speak. They might be like maybe autistic, but they can't speak. But they communicate
with each other.
with, I think, the mum or something. Like, tell your mum what colour you're thinking about, and they'll touch them. And the mum's like orange, and that's the colour.
Physically touch them.
Touch, like, the mum will touch them, or the kid will touch them, and they're like,
Oh, I thought they were speaking just like zoning in.
no, there's like a touch them. I don't know. Sometimes maybe they didn't touch them, but they told them without telling them with their mouth.
Without speaking.
Yeah, they didn't do winks and shit.
Okay, so. Yeah, well, evidence that a human being is very powerful.
No, because when you touch a cunt, you maybe like connecting with them in some way. You know what I mean?
You are.
So yeah, it's a real thing, right?
Yeah. Well, it goes to prove that we are,
We've got next level shit that we don't
That's
know
it,
about.
that's it. Like, we're, in computer terms, we're fucking the bee's knees.
For instance, today, intuition.
Intuition is a thing.
And they were discussing how it's like, all right, maybe back in the day, there was a tiger hanging around. All right, but you don't know if he's there. All right, it's dangerous. But you got a feeling like, I feel like something's looking at me. That.
Yeah, vibe.
Bravo.
Yeah, intuition's for sure.
Also,
That's why a lot of times that we, we're certain we know something without knowing it. Without physical evidence.
yeah.
You just know it.
There's too many times.
That's intuition.
It's too many times. It's not coincidence. First of all, they did studies on purpose, right? And cunts like
Obviously.
past the fucking cunts are drawing full like, what does it just look
Yeah,
like?
we need the proof.
It's full proof.
Yeah, we need the proof.
So just a side thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look, we're more than we've been told we are.
Yes.
And for me, I don't know for you as well, it's very fascinating to, hear these studies, discover, new things about us. Like, again, when they're talking about our genes, we've got, multiple genes and only, a few are switched on. Or we only use, 5% of our brain.
You might have a gene, but it doesn't get expressed until something happens.
Yeah, exactly.
All this mad shit.
Yeah, like Einstein used 7 or 8% of his brain or 10% of his brain. And he's the smartest cunt.
I don't know how they measure that, but yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it reminds me of that movie Lucy.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Yeah. It's like,
She's the maddest bitch.
yeah, 15% she's talking to the fucking dolphins. But I believe that.
Oh.
I believe that, you can communicate, because it's all frequency.
That's so simple, there.
Not so simple, but...
You got them down packed today.
No, I don't. I wish I did. But, I believe, why not?
Why not?
I
don't have
a tree works off energy. If you're supplying some kind of energy to that tree, you are speaking to it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And if anyone doesn't believe in about frequencies and shit like that, switch your radio station on.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? How are you connecting to that radio station?
Yeah, it's a weird one. The TV one does my head in.
TV.
Because they're sending pictures.
Yeah, how they're sending pictures. It's fucking Willy Wonka sending fucking chocolates.
You know what I mean? Heck.
Yeah. So, the general, human being, the general person is not aware. He's got so much frustration and shit going on in his life that a lot of times we put it on ourselves, obviously. And we're just so bogged down from all these thoughts that we're never going to have time to see how we can flourish or, how we can grow or find out, what we're capable of. We're not doing that.
Well,
we're trying to work out why fucking I'm not talking to my brother-in-law.
Correct. We don't. First of all, we don't introduce other stimulus to our lives. We always do the same fucking thing. We don't get a taste of something different.
Yeah, but we're always expecting the same result, a different result, a better result.
It's full on.
It's crazy.
We want it to be a certain way.
We do.
It's not going to be that way.
No.
Doesn't matter how much you want it. What does wanting actually do? Wanting doesn't do fuck all.
I come up with a concept that And I was thinking that, you know, when you're like, most of the times it was like people are thinking in a negative state. And I'm thinking like, you know, I can't do something. All right? Like I want to become an electrician. Okay? And, you know, off the bat, I know I've got to go 4 years and do an apprenticeship. And how am I going to do that? I don't know mathematics. It's very maths heavy. Sweet. So I can't do it. So already, I've shot myself in the foot. The truth is, which, you know, I discovered is that I never told myself like, yeah, I agree. You can't do it. Someone told me like, I'm going to become an electrician, speaking to a child, whatever. Like, yeah, at this point in time, you can't do this. But it doesn't mean that you're at fault and you're just a bad program, you know, or you're a handicap or something. The only reason why you can't do it is because you haven't studied it. That's the only reason. Yes, you are right that you can't do it, but you can learn to do it. But we take that I can't do it as gospel, set in stone, that I really can't do it. And we just bought that belief.
I can't do it. There's something wrong with me. I'm lacking something.
That's it. I bought the belief and I don't become an electrician. Or I don't go do whatever it is I do. I can't, start the business. We're not saying how it is. Again, it's the same thing with that mastery before we were saying, we got to identify that, yeah, I'm not able to do this at this point in time because I don't have the education with what's involved.
Yep.
Which is a logical and a real thing. But we blame the self all the time that this person, I can't do it, doesn't matter. We've like closed every fucking door that I can't do this thing and I don't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it. Do I want to do it? Maybe.
Can I learn to do it? We never asked, can I learn to do it?
I don't think we even asked, what do I want to do?
We don't ask anything.
Like, do you know what I mean, Dave?
Oh, I do.
Like, because in my opinion, we don't lead with like, because we think sometimes maybe the shit that we want to do is ridiculous or it's too much or whatever. Now,
maybe the shit we want to do is because we don't do it because it brings us money. We don't really want to do it.
That's what, that too. So we don't have it's not starting.
Yeah, we're not really clear on what we want. And if I'm not a betting man, but if I was a betting man, I'd say like 99.99% of people in the world don't know what they want.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about I want a fucking cheeseburger.
No.
They don't know what they really want.
I want a fucking cheeseburger.
You know what I mean? They don't know what they really want.
No.
And because you don't know what you really want, your outside influences where you're going to go. So you might go from what my parents want, what I don't know.
Whatever the fucking outside world wants.
Yeah, that's it.
Gotcha.
And you keep on going that and it doesn't work out for you because you didn't want that from the start.
You're influenced by the outside.
That's it.
By the outside world.
So most of this shit, by default, we fuck up because it didn't come from us.
That's what it is.
That's it.
That's what it is. There's no motivation. There's no fucking roots.
Yeah. And then over time, when these things start stacking up and you get a few of these, let's call them losses, okay? More like lessons, but let's say losses, okay? Yeah, you start believing that I can't do shit. I tried that, I couldn't do it. I tried this, I couldn't do that. I'm a person that doesn't really get things in my life.
Yeah.
But again, the truth is, yeah, you don't know how to do something. It doesn't mean you can't learn to do something.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. But obviously find out what you want. How do you find out what you want? Look at the things you like. Like, how, picture, just be a little bit, dare to like
investigate
outside the box, right?
Investigate. Suss out yourself. Like, what? Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't matter how ridiculous it sounds.
And never relate it to money. That's been a trap for me forever. That, trying to find my gift or trying to do this, trying to do that. All right, sweet. What does it work out financially? Nah, that's not it. Nah, that's not it.
Yep.
It's like, do you like kicking back and having a laugh with your mates? Yes, I do. Sweet. And you just, whatever it might be, those
fulfilling moments.
Yeah, those fulfilling moments, those fulfilling moments. That's it. Of, that you've experienced, because everyone has experienced some kind of fulfilling moments. Like, what did you like about it? What were you doing at that time?
Yep.
100%.
Yeah. Yes.
We're stuck in the negative, mate.
Correct.
And we're always telling ourselves the same story. And it's a negative, sad story.
That's right.
And then people are trying to work out why they're not excelling in life. Why they're not,
why things
fulfilled.
don't go my way, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Correct.
They don't go your way because you're not allowing them to go your way. And yeah, you're not going to get it perfectly, but yeah, don't worry about positive thinking. Reduce negative thinking. I've said it a lot of times.
Yeah.
That's it. Just reduce the negative thinking. Don't worry about positive either.
That's right. And what's the slogan there? Because think positive sounds good.
It just sounds good. Sounds logical as well.
Less negative. Less negative.
Yeah, that's right.
By default, thinking less negative only allows for room for positive, because anything not negative is positive.
It is positive.
You know what I'm saying, homie?
That's it, huh? That's it.
Yeah, brother. I think.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Instead of focus on the positive, you focus on reducing the negative.
No, I mean, yeah. Yes, of course.
Yeah. But that simple concept, you're not thinking about that concept. You're not society, your upbringing, I don't know, whatever it might be, all of them together, maybe, that you're just geared to think, no, I must think positive. I've heard that so many times. And that must be the way. But something like a flip, just like that, a simple little flip, a simple little hack, like that, just don't think positive, think less negative. Just that alone can change your life.
Correct, because now you start looking for the shit that's fucked up, rather than trying to. It's like you're building a house on a fucking rocky foundation or a shit foundation.
Yeah, sand and one from rock.
Yeah, correct.
That's it.
It's that's what it is. You're building on top. It's too many contradictions. I want to be a mad cunt, but I feel like a dumb cunt. Like,
that's it.
How's that going to happen?
That's it. It's too far to bridge the gap.
Yeah, what is it that's making you feel like a dumb cunt? What is it that you think you're lacking? It's attack those kind of situations.
That's it. Because you're more likely to achieve that. Someone can do less bullshit, less negative, than do one good thing.
Oh,
one good thing could be like
the hardest thing in the world.
The hardest thing in the world. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So yeah.
Bravo.
It's a wrap.
Faith, not fear, motherfuckers.
That's it.
Peace.